Hello guys, welcome back to another 2v2v2. We also have a wolf in there on his own. Hope you enjoy. I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm really trying to give Frederick a fair shot, seeing as I've always said how bad he is. I think he should be better in this format, but who knows. Okay, so we'll start off. I've got a Richard down here. We've got a Frederick down here. That's another Richard, Caliph, Wolf. So obviously it's going to be very dangerous for Richard and Wolf at the start of this. Then we got Frederick here. Is that everyone? I think it is. Oh, and Wazir there. I forgot about Wazir. Can't remember what the castle's pack I'm using is. I think it's Tabtha. It might be average. I think it's Tabtha. But yeah, I'm really trying to do something for Frederick in this one, just to see if we can make him decent, considering how useless he usually is. So as you can see, this is where all the action is right now. And I'm going to be honest, I thought Caliph would have been doing a bit better. Even I know he's in between two very strong lords, but I was expecting more from him. Likewise, the Wazir is not a great lord, but usually early game he's so quick to set up that I thought he'd be okay. I was obviously I was wrong. Doesn't matter. See, that's the Wazir dead already. I honestly thought he'd survive quite a while. Still, I'm not unhappy about that, because my games have been going on for too long, haven't they? Like, I don't know if anyone really wants to watch the hour-long videos, even though I'd recommend watching them on 1.5 or even 2 times speed if they're too long for you. You know, half-hour video is more palatable, really, isn't it? And I say that because, you know, I'd rather watch a shorter video than a really long one. But, you know, maybe feel differently. If you do, let me know. I do feel bad for Caliph putting him here. I thought I initially had Wolf there and Caliph here, but I thought that Caliph would do a bit better, and I thought he'd pin down Wolf for quite a while, but clearly not the case. As you saw, he just died there. But I mean, Wolf is still in between Frederick and Richard, so he's not exactly looking great. You know, he's out of gold. I'd honestly put money on Frederick winning this all out, right? Okay. I think the crossbows are what's going to do it for him. But I could be wrong. And that's part of why I'm enjoying doing this. You know, it gives me a break and it buys me time to make some of the challenge videos, and it's, you know, it's really interesting to me seeing what happens in these.
A message from the wolf.
I am a big fan of Wolf and how he makes his castles normally. I do like this one as well, actually. I'm not sure it's as good as his other some of his vanilla castles, but I do like it. I think it's a pretty interesting castle. I'm just going to check down here. Yeah, and I was right too. He is being harassed a little bit. Yeah, Richard's going to break through any second now. See, this is kind of what it's like doing a 1v7 against Wolf. All the catapults and all the units just coming in. It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. It's something that I've been working on for a while actually. I'm really struggling with it. Okay. Surprise Wolf is still alive. I mean, I guess Frederick has started to target Richard now, so... Wouldn't be too much of a surprise.
A message from the wolf.
Yeah, he's definitely going down here. I do wonder how Frederick's going to do. Certainly got a good defensive thing going on here with all the moat and... Oh, apart from this part, which you can get in easy, but then you still have to get through this bit of moat, so... It's certainly an interesting choice. I quite like how Richard gets additional gatehouses in this castle. I think that's great. I still wish he got crossbows, but it's fine. Now I think Richard's really going to struggle to break through the defences of Frederick. Richard is the best attacking lord in the game by far, but even with that, Frederick is a defensive powerhouse. He's got the crossbows, he's got all of this stuff, he's got the moat. It's not going to be an easy task. Whereas, even with the improved castles, without the crossbows, it's a very... I'm not going to say unfair match, but it is an uphill battle for him, right? Crossbows are just so huge in this game though. I mean, I could have used an AI patch to nerf them, but I don't want to do that because frankly, I like how the crossbows are. I just think all European lords should get access to some. Including the long arm, including Philip. They just should have some. Just keeps everyone competitive. So we'll just have a look. The Fredericks are kind of dominating at the moment. Which isn't a surprise, or at least it shouldn't be a surprise for anyone. They've got better defences and they've got crossbows. Which obviously you can use offensively too, and they're very good. I don't know, I do have it set to target siege, and I just find it bizarre that Frederick's one's attack siege and Richard's one didn't go for his trebuchet. So Richard is already in big trouble. In fact, I'm quite happy with this really, because Frederick is actually performing quite well. Which is not something you see often with him, obviously. So back over here. Looking okay. Yeah, it fizzled out already.
We are under attack.
Ooh, seems like the yellow Lionheart's in big trouble now. I don't think he'll die here. Even though he's being harassed by one and attacked by the other. I think he's still fine for a bit. Part of the reason why I went with like Caliph and things was because I forgot that I had the castle pack on for starters. And I thought he'd have access to the swamp, to the pitch, which obviously didn't end up panning out. Same with Wazir. Things are starting to look very bad for the yellow Richard. Blue Richard's still fine for now, but I do wonder how much gold he's losing. He's losing everything now. I had a feeling this would be the case after everyone was dead. It seemed like a bridge too far. Yeah, if he had destroyed these, maybe taken out those with that first siege attack, I think there was a good chance that he could have done something, right? He could have just pushed through, and then yeah, I mean Frederick still would have lived, but it would have been a massive setback for him. Interestingly enough, like Blue Richard's been harassed. Nothing really is going on. I thought for sure he'd be getting attacked by a pretty big force actually. Building the ram is such a waste of time for Richard in this situation, because he can't use it. Frankly, they seem to use very similar unit numbers, right? But I think it's really the defensive nature of that castle plus the crossbows are what makes a massive difference. Obviously, though, the knights are doing well too, destroying his economy. You know, they're both out of gold now, so things are going to start to go downhill quite quickly from here. And once this stuff's destroyed, it's not coming back. See, the crossbows just melted those pikes. Maybe that's something I should have thought about. I should have maybe just had the one Frederick in this corner and had an abbot or something in this one. Yeah, looking really bad for both Richards now. You can see they have destroyed the walls. They attacked with the crossbows, they did some damage. Like, Richard will survive this attack easy. But, you know, every unit he loses is bad for him. Because he just can't replenish them. That's the yellow's turn to get attacked. And whilst I think these castles are so much better for everyone actually. Well, not for everyone, but I do think they're better. I just think there are a few more things which could be improved slightly. So we've got Yellow Lionheart 112 versus 117, 200 odd troops both. The Fredericks, one thing that I'm still not understanding is, you know, aggressive AI, and they are playing fairly aggressively, right? We can all agree on that, I'm sure. But they're not recruiting that many troops, are they? Especially seeing as they've got 70k and 55k gold. You just think they'd be doing a bit more. Like both castles are completely open. They send a big force now. Either Richard will die. However, saying that, if you watch my recent one with Richard and who was it? And Sheriff against Saladin, you'll know that sometimes results can be surprising. I just don't think it's going to be the case this time. If it were a 1v2, sure. I could see anything happening. But yeah. Just doesn't look good in this situation, does it? So I'm pleased that Frederick's have had a redemption. As useless as he usually is, this is refreshing. Because he has such good units, he just doesn't use them very well. That's always been his problem.
From the Lionheart. Events have come to a petty pass when a king must cower in his castle. But cower I must.
Okay, so most of them went the wrong way for some reason. Yeah, Richard dies here regardless, I think. Because his units are so spread out, they won't all get hit by fire. Yeah. So that is Richard's gone.
From the Lionheart. So, I am bested, and my poor bones must rest in these wretched sands.
Now this attack won't kill him. There's no way. But the next one will, I think.
So the story unfolds.
I mean, the cast is still completely open. You can't close it. I've got to be honest, I also don't really remember seeing Frederick really use knights at all. And that's someone who's played this game for all these years. I just don't remember ever seeing him do it. I mean, he probably has. It just, you know, one or two. It just isn't memorable. But in this one, they have made a massive impact. Not as much as the crossbows, not as much as all his defensive moats and stuff, but I don't know why he's taking so long to finish him off, but there we are. There we go. There's the force that we've been waiting for. Oh look, both of them.
Pass when a king must cower in his castle, but cower I must.
Fantastic.
A
That was actually quite good. I enjoyed, nice and short video really, compared to a lot of the others. And, we saw Frederick actually do stuff, which is just fantastic. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.